Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Moore, and I'm going to show you how to use your Discovery blog. To first go to your Discovery blog, type in discovery.careryacademy.org in your internet browser's address bar. Then scroll down about halfway until you see Administration and click Login. When you click Login, you're going to want to go ahead and save this page as a favorite. So you can go to your star in Internet Explorer and click Add to Favorites. Now the next time you go to log in, all you have to do is go to your favorites. To log in, you're going to use the same username and password that you use to log into your computer and to log into your email. Once you've logged in, WordPress, which is our blog server, will take you to your dashboard. Your dashboard is going to tell you how many posts you've made, your comments, etc. There's two things that you're going to use more often than anything else. That is your posts and your comments. So let's look at posts. When you go to posts, you can click All Posts. And this will show you everything that you've posted. So once you start getting some posts collected on your blog, you can go here to edit the posts or to delete posts that aren't working for you. You can see I have all my old posts, and you can also see the tags. Tags are like labels that you use for your blog, and we'll talk about those a little more in a few minutes. To make a new post, you simply go to Add New. And you always want to type in a title. Go ahead and type in the title first. If you don't give your post a title, the links that you send people to your post won't always work. So I'm going to call this one Test Post. Now, down here, you have the body of your post. So when you type in the body of your post, this is what actually shows up as the blog post. Now, here you have quite a lot of different buttons. You can do things with the font. You can make it bold. You can strike through. You can add bullets. Okay, you can also make things centered. You can make them right or left. Here, if you highlight, you can add a hyperlink, so you can insert a link to another website. For example, if we're doing our trimester writing assignment in language arts class, you can link to your previous writing assignment when you're showing your revised and edited version. Okay, you can also use here different posts for YouTube, VoiceThread, adding music. Okay, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Different projects and different classes will use different buttons, but it's important for you to be familiar with where the buttons are. The main buttons that you're going to use are up here where it says Upload Insert. And I'm going to show you how to add an image. You click the little button that says Add an Image when you hover over it. And it's going to pop up with this browser window that says From URL, Media Library. If you want to add a picture from the web without actually downloading it, you can use From URL. And then if you've already added something in the past, it'll be in your Media Library. So I'm going to add a new picture. I'm going to go to Select Files. And it's actually going to take me directly to the picture file that I used before. These are some pictures from my trip to Chicago. And I like this picture of the bean at Millennium Park. So I'm going to hit open. It's going to upload it. It's going to crunch it. That means it's going to make it smaller. Now, it's going to give me some options. I can add text. I don't really need to do any of that. It's going to give me some options about where I want it in the post. It's set to right. I can keep it there. I can also make it smaller. I can make a thumbnail. I can make it medium. But the main thing you want here is Insert into Post. Once you click Insert into Post, it'll take you back to your post, and there's my picture. Now, I can click on the picture once it's in my blog, and I can actually use the side arrows the same way that you would in most Microsoft programs to actually shrink the picture down, and then I can click off of it and actually type around it. So this is a picture of the bean at Millennium Park. Okay, and if I wanted to, I could even highlight this text and make that text a link to a post about Millennium Park if I wanted to. Okay, when you're using different programs on other websites, you will often use this place that says Custom Fields. If you watch my video about SlideRocket into your blog, this is what we use. You can see that I have code 1 here. That's the most common one you're going to use. Okay, and you can view that video about SlideRocket if you want to look into that. Now, over here you have categories. I have a bunch of categories added. We don't use categories very often, but we always use tags. You always want to tag your post with the tags that your teacher gives you. In language arts class, you're going to have a generic tag, and then that's typically going to be your teacher's name, then LA and 6. You'll also have tags that'll be specific to a project. So let's say this was a project about Chicago. Then I might click Chicago and add that to my tags. I just want to go ahead and add your tags while you're working on the post rather than having to go back and edit them later. It just makes it a lot easier. When you're ready to publish, you can hit publish. There's also a place for you to save a draft. Let's say you're working on something but you're not ready to make it public yet. You can save it. And you can also preview to see what the post looks like before you post it. I do this a lot just to make sure that my grammar and spelling are correct. When you're working on your blog, you really want to make sure that you put your best face forward. You know, that what you put on your blog is appropriate for people to view. Now, down here you have comments. And on your comments, this is where you actually be able to see the comments that people post on your blog. And you'll be able to approve those comments or not approve your comments. So you can see these are comments that my students have left on my blog. We will do some things where I'll actually require you to write a comment on something that I write. But in order to make the comments pop up where you can approve them, you're actually going to want to go into your settings. Okay, so if you're following along with me, you can go into your settings. And you can see that there are just general settings here. You can give your blog a name. You can give it a tagline. So you could call it, you know, Bob's Discovery Blog, Awesome Student, you know, whatever you wanted to call it. Okay, you can't change your email address. You can't really change your time zone, the date format. Okay, then where it says discussion, you click discussion and it gives you some settings. Okay, so comment settings. Comment author must fill out name and email. Users must be registered to comment. All of those are things that you want to have clicked. And then you also want to have, before a comment appears, an administrator must always approve the comment, or the comment author must have a previously approved comment. Then, this is very important right here, comment moderation. So you're going to want to put the tags for your language arts teacher in your moderation queue. Okay, so what that means is that any post that is comment that has these words in it, which they're not real words, but they're a tag, will be automatically sent to your moderation queue. Okay, that way when your teacher gives you personal comments, you won't be able to see it on somebody else's blog until that person approves it. So somebody else won't be able to see it on your blog until you approve it. Okay, how do you approve it? Well, that's where you go to your comments, and it'll actually pop up with pending comments, spam comments, and trash comments. You can actually look at what those comments are. Okay, you also have tools that you can go in and add different things. We don't use that very often. Okay, and the other thing that you might want to play around with is here where it says appearance. There are different themes that you can choose from, and there's different menus and different ways that you can adjust the themes. This is not something that you should spend time doing in class when we're learning about the blog, but it's something that you could spend time at home doing. Any theme that has next to it do not use, that means you. Okay, there's only a few of them, but those themes are themes that you don't want to use on your blog because things will not work properly. Okay, so to review, this is called your dashboard. When you go home on your dashboard, it shows you the different statistics about your blog. You can add a new post, you can view your posts, you can look at your comments, and you can go down to settings and make changes to the way that your comments are moderated, which means the way that people can see the comments and the way that you can see the comments by going to discussion. Now, there'll be different things that you'll want to do on the blog as we go throughout the year, and you'll learn as we go. And remember, nobody's perfect the first time that they do something, but we do hope that you'll enjoy using the blog, and that if you have any questions, you'll ask any of your teachers either in class, at break time, or during study hall. Happy blogging!